First of all, how do I follow this up? Well, I was doing the stunt shows in the wagon camp, and then they were going to do a hanging, and they needed a witch, so I thought I was a natural, so I auditioned. And it was a very simple show. I think that's why it worked. Very simple compared to what they have now. And we actually did the hanging at midnight. And about 30 minutes before the show would start, the crowd would gather around, and that's when the street monsters would get the crowd going. And they would just drive them crazy. It was great to see. And then at midnight, everything got quiet. And then all you heard was a drummer. And this poor, pitiful creature crying and begging. And they had me on a cart, and there were 4 street monsters that slowly took me through the streets. And I begged and I pleaded, and my hands were bound, and the street monsters were going crazy, and I was begging for mercy, telling them I wasn't a witch, and this was not right, and oh my heavens, and just crying and begging. Then they take me out of the cart, they drag me up the stairs, and I'm crying and screaming and weeping, and they're beating me, and the crowd is going crazy. So of course, the more crazy the crowd went, the more crazy we did. And as I get up onto the gallows, then the executioner is there, and the hangman is there, and the monsters are there, and I am still sobbing and crying and saying I'm innocent. And then the executioner, God bless you, Jamie, shoots off his shotgun and quiets the whole Calico Square. And then he proceeds to tell everybody all the wrongdoings that I did. And I swear I was innocent. I didn't do any of it. And I'm still begging and pleading, and the monsters are getting the crowds going. And then he asked the crowd, what should they do with me? Should we kill her? Should we hang her? And of course, everybody says yes. Well, you know, a woman can only take so much. I got a little angry, I got a little annoyed. And so guess what? I showed my true colors, and then the music changed, I changed, and now you have a full-blown pissed-off witch telling you that she's going to curse you, Calico Square, your family. I've had enough. Well then, right before they pulled the lever and he asked everybody if I should be hung, they said yes. So right before he does that, I get mad, and then they do the lever, I go dropping to my death. And then, let me tell you, back in the day, those harnesses, they're not like they are now. Man, that thing was something out of medieval. I had leather. That's why I had such a big dress. I had to hide this thing. So, as I drop to my death, then the monsters go to pick me up. And then all of a sudden, the whole gallows goes into flames, and all the street monsters, everybody scrambles down the stairs. And all of a sudden, there's nothing there. It's gone. And then you hear a scream, a screech, and my famous words, I'll be back, I'll be back. And then a black raven, which, interesting enough, looked a lot like a homing pigeon, would fly off into the night. And that was the hanging.